Hey, I'm Elizabeth. For those of you who may not know me, who may be watching this video as part of Meg's new coach training, and whether you're part of my team or Meg's team, or if you just found this video randomly, the theme of the video is to seize this opportunity. If you are a brand new Beachbody coach, I want you to get in your head that this opportunity is what you make of it. It is yours for the taking, and just run with it. Run with it, the more you put into it, the more it gives back. So right away in your first month, I want you to be thinking about Success Club, getting on the board for Success Club, getting customers, getting coaches to get started with you. And I know that it can be tempting to say, well, I just want to take my time and get oriented first, but here's why I want to encourage you to start fast out of the gate. So I'm just finishing up, just coming off of a leadership conference with Beachbody. That's why I'm here in a hotel room. I'm in California. It was an amazing leadership conference, and you'll have the chance to earn trips like this too. This company is very generous in terms of pouring into us with training and rewarding us for our achievements in this business. Like I said, the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. But one of the analogies that Carl Deichler, our CEO, made during this training is the starting blocks. Okay, if you look at, and I don't really know that much about track and field, so I'm going to try and repeat what he said, but if I butcher some of the details, I apologize. The starting blocks, okay, when sprinters are running a race and they're getting lined up on the track, they kind of look around and they wait until everyone else is ready before they get into that starting position. And the reason is that if they're down in that position, their muscles cool off and it starts to put strain on their muscles and their joints, and they start to kind of get tired from maintaining that position, so they don't want to be in the starting position too long because they start to get tired. So coaching is like that too, where you don't want to stay in the starting blocks for too long before you bust out and start running. So don't feel like you have to watch every training video before you put any of it into action. Just start. Just take action. Many of us who have stayed with coaching for several years, I've been a coach for 4 years, many of us look back and think, gosh, I wish that I had hesitated less and just dive in and fail forward, start making mistakes. We all make mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from your failures, because you're never going to be perfect, so you might as well stop trying, because perfection doesn't exist. And I know that can be really scary if you're a perfectionist. I am/was. But every failure is an opportunity to learn, and the people who just dive in are the ones who succeed versus the ones who move so slow because they're trying to be perfect, okay? So fail forward, just take action. Even something like, okay, so I was talking with my friend last night, so that my business page is called Living Vibrantly, okay? And she was like, oh, I love that name. I'm like, okay, I just chose it like on a weekend because I was like, I want to set up my business page. And I set it up and thinking, okay, it just came to me, and it's something I can always change later if I want to. Now, 4 years later, I still haven't, but my point is that I could. I picked something and I went with it instead of spending a year trying to figure out what I want the name of my business page to be. Okay, that's just one example. Just diving in, and done is better than perfect. Okay. So how to run with this opportunity, how to seize this opportunity. I'm going to give you 4 tips. Okay, number 1 is taking responsibility. You're your own boss now, right? You started this business so you can be your own boss. So even if you have a 9-to-5 job where someone else is your boss, for the purpose of this business, you are your own boss. You have an upline. Your upline is not going to tell you what to do, and she's definitely not going to do it for you. You have to take responsibility. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you get started with that, the better off you're going to be. So for example, we have team pages, okay? It's my team page, Meg's team page. If you have a different upline, she probably has a team page. There's the coach breaking news in the online office, coach.teambeachbody.com, your coach website, right? The back office. it's your responsibility to check in all those places. I recommend every day, but at least once or twice a week. Make a list. Pretty soon it'll be in your head and you don't have to look at the list, but make a list of all the places that you want to check into for announcements so that you don't miss anything. It's your responsibility to remember to listen to the National Wake Up Call. It's your responsibility to learn when our team trainings are so you can get on them or so you can watch the replay. But the sooner you kind of get on top of that, it's just going to make this whole business easier than, sometimes it happens that people are like, I didn't know, nobody told me. It's your responsibility to go and find out. And that's just kind of tough love, but I don't want to, it's not like you're on your own. We're a team, but self-starters, people who are resourceful, go really far in this business. So cultivate that quality, cultivate resourcefulness in yourself. Look for the answer before you ask a question or ask someone for help. See if you can solve the problem yourself, because business is problem solving for your customers, for yourself. So as you cultivate that skill of problem solving in every situation, even if it's just, what time is the team call? I forgot. If you can find the answer rather than asking someone for help, that's being resourceful and finding a creative solution. That skill is going to apply to other situations. Now, it's not to say you can never ask for help, and that's the other side of this point that I'm making. Okay, take responsibility. Part of that is asking for help when you need it. So if you have looked for the answer, can't find it, don't know where else to look, then ask for the answer. And if you are not getting what you need from your upline, just ask. We're all busy. A lot of us are working full-time jobs in addition to coaching, and we really do intend to give you the best support, and we really put a lot of effort and heart into supporting our downline, but we fall short. We're human. So please, instead of sitting there thinking, if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I wish I had this, she's not giving me this, I'm so mad, I'm so annoyed, just ask. Just ask, because the chances are your upline maybe hasn't thought of it, or maybe did think of it, was like, oh, I'm going to message her and then forgot. We all struggle to stay organized as much as we try. So just ask for what you need. Chances are your upline will be happy to hear from you and happy to know how she can better support you. So ask for what you need instead of letting it fester and getting annoyed. Number 2, this relates to number 1. So taking responsibility, point number 2 is watch the trainings and listen to the trainings that are provided. There is a wealth of information, starting with my team's new coach training. Meg has a new coach training that this video is part of. Janelle has trainings every week for us. There's the National Wake Up Call. There's the Beachbody Champions page, which if you're not part of that group, it's just called Beachbody Champions on Facebook. I think you just click join. I don't know. They might verify that you're a coach, but any coach can be in there. And there's trainings every single week, videos. If there's something you're struggling with in your business, do a search on YouTube. You can probably find a video on it that some other coach has made that provides wisdom and insight. So people in this network are so generous with sharing their knowledge, and that's one of the things that I love the most about this community. So take advantage of that. If there's something you don't know how to do, I guarantee you somebody, because we're all resourceful, somebody has figured it out before you. So maybe resourceful in this situation doesn't look like just figuring it out on your own. Maybe resourceful looks like learning from the coaches who've gone before you and taking advantage of that wisdom. But if you have to listen while you're commuting, while you're folding laundry, doing any sort of tedious task, doing dishes, I do it while I'm cooking, listening. I'm just constantly listening to trainings, and again, don't get bogged down in the trainings. Don't let it keep you from taking action. But the more you can learn, the more fresh ideas you're going to have, different people's takes on the same problem, and it's going to just pour that knowledge into your business, and it's going to be just channeled through you and come out as a super skilled and savvy entrepreneur. So make sure you are finding a way to take in that knowledge and make time for it in your life. And I also recommend a system for staying organized with those, a way to save the videos. So at times I've used a Word document to like paste all the links to come back to them later if I don't have time to watch when I first see the video. YouTube has a really nice watch later function. You could just click add to your watch later list. It's like a playlist that you create for yourself. Facebook, upper right corner of every video, click on those three dots and there's an option, save video. Then you can go back to your saved list later, but it'll really go a long way to keep you organized if you can have those lists. And then whenever you have a pocket of time, like if I'm like waiting in the security line at the airport or something like that, I just go to a video that I had saved and I have like 10 or 15 minutes I can just spend learning instead of like twiddling my thumbs, right? Pockets of time, getting efficient with your time. Get organized. Point number 3, focus on the essentials. There's so much information coming at you. There's so much to learn when you're a new coach. So take a deep breath and prioritize. Remember, we have 4 vital behaviors. We have those for a reason. So being a product of the product. So walking the walk, living the lifestyle. That's number 1, your own journey. Make sure you're exercising. Make sure you are paying some attention to eating healthy, whether it's following a specific meal plan or it's a more general healthy eating journey that you're following. But follow that lifestyle, share about it on social media. Personal development, also the foundation. Got to be doing it every day because belief is a huge piece in this business. Belief that you have something to share that other people need to hear. So don't skip that personal development because that's what it provides for you. It helps you build that belief. Okay, and then inviting, right? Nobody's going to join you if they don't know that they can join you, if they don't know that there's an opportunity to join you. There's going to be plenty of videos on inviting, so I'm not going to go into it, but just make sure that you're doing it somehow each day. And recognition, it's a huge part of our company culture. That can be even as small of a thing as in your challenge group, loving on people's posts, okay? It doesn't have to be any huge long post that you write or anything too fancy, but just make sure you're doing some recognition each day. So those 4 become like the blood coursing through your veins. Like that is how natural and how instinctive they become after you've been a coach for a little while. So during times when life is busy, don't say, oh, I can't do this, I have to quit. Say, I'm going to pare it down and focus on just the essentials, and that's what I'm going to do, just the 4 vitals, because that's all that's really necessary, honestly, to build this business. Like the rest is fluff and like, the cherry on top. But of course it's nice to like go through a course on like how to build your YouTube channel if you have extra time, right? And that's something you're interested in. That's just an example. Don't feel like you necessarily have to be on YouTube unless you enjoy it and you want to. But my point is that would be considered a non-essential. That's a nice to have. It's not a need to have. So during the times when life gets busy and life gets stressful, we have to take a look at what we're doing that's just the nice to have, not the need to have, and pare it down and only do the need to have during those times. We also have systems, right? We've all created systems that you are encouraged to duplicate. Duplication doesn't mean copying and pasting another coach's post. Duplication means taking it and putting your own spin on it, like taking a post, taking the idea of it. But, we have templates for free groups, templates for challenge groups. Those are examples of systems. Templates for a coaching sneak peek. So take advantage of those. If you want to recreate the wheel because you just want to write your own because you're like really into that, that's great, but don't let it take you away from those essentials, okay? Because when you feel like you have to reinvent the wheel every single time, that's when you start to feel overwhelmed. So I would highly encourage just focusing on the essentials, just the 4 vital behaviors, especially when you're a new coach. And if you're doing a little bit of, personal development, professional development, watching the trainings bit by bit, don't get so bogged down that you neglect the essentials, and don't let the training overwhelm you. Just remember the essentials are what's really, really, really important, the 4 vital behaviors. All right, my 4th tip for you, and I'm almost done, is connecting to your team. So that's me, that's Meg, that's your upline. If it's not either of us, that's Janelle. we have a huge team and everyone is super awesome and really nice, okay? So get to know people just, in the team groups, comment on people's posts. Trying to read my own notes. I think I just wanted to say, take advantage of the wealth of knowledge, the wealth of experiences, see who you connect with the most. But that's one of the things that makes coaching feel less solitary, right? Like, we do this because we can build this business from anywhere, including a hotel room in Los Angeles or by the pool or wherever you are. But then you're working on your own, which is awesome if you're an introvert, but eventually you get a little lonely and you want to connect with people. So some of the friendships that I made on this team, people I met in person, at Summit, at Meg's retreats, are the friendships I hold most near and dear in my life. So get to know people and connect. See who you're clicking with within the team. When I first started, I added a lot of coaches in Meg's team, and some of you probably remember that, but I was just really excited about it. And not everyone will necessarily add you back. Don't take it personally, but some people just, their friends list is almost full and things like that. So definitely don't take it personally, but the ones that you want to connect with, send a friend request. And get to know the other people on the team, because it makes it more real. And then you have people to ask to, again, if there are things where you try to solve the problem and you're not sure, or maybe your upline has one take, but you're like, yeah, I want to bounce it off someone else because I just want to see and get a second opinion, totally fine. And we talk business a lot, and that's one of the most fun things about it. You can have a success partner, someone who you connect with on a daily basis to hold you accountable for your goals and daily vital behaviors. Make friends, essentially, is what I'm saying. But it's one of the things that helps get you excited about coaching, so you do have that energy to really seize the opportunity. So I want to say that if you do all these things and you really focus on the activities that will get you to Success Club, will start growing your team. There's other videos about that. So I'm fighting myself to not go into detail, because my tendency is to explain everything and to over-explain. So I'm not going to explain it. If you don't know what Success Club is, there are lots of videos about it. But so if you do all those things in this business, six-figure income is totally possible. I do have to give the disclaimer that Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income with this business opportunity. It all depends on each individual coach's effort, diligence, and skill, which is a long, wordy way of saying that you actually have to work for it. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme, which we all know anyway, right? I hope. But it's possible if you work for it and work smarter, not harder. You don't have to be pulling all-nighters, as long as you really focus on the basics, take advantage of the training, so you're not beating your head against a wall, doing something that maybe worked 5 years ago for coaches. Keep up with the training, get the latest developments on social media and what's working now. When you get overwhelmed, focus on the basics, take advantage of our team, and take responsibility for the direction of your business, and set some goals and go after them. I hope you recognize just what an amazing opportunity we do have in front of us. We get to work out and eat healthy and share our journey and support people for a living, right? We get to earn money doing that. There are very few jobs that you can say actually helped you get healthier, right? A lot of jobs, you're sitting at a desk and it's kind of working against your health goals. And yeah, when we're working on the computer, we're sitting. But part of our job is now to work out and to make good choices when it comes to food, and to be that example for our customers. I can tell you that I am way, way healthier than I would have been if I had never become a coach. And that's the most awesome benefit that you can't quantify at all in financial terms. So seize this opportunity and make the most of it. Try to start fast out of the gate so you can build that momentum before you're down in that position, your muscles get tired, right? Before you start to get discouraged, get that momentum, get those early quick successes, and go after it so that you can just build momentum and continue to rise from there. Thanks for watching. And if you're new to the team, please send me a friend request if we're not friends already, because I love connecting to other members of our team. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.